Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam on for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is May 13th, 2026. This is Sam on for Sam Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health today. I would love to talk mental health first, but it's a sports show in Kansas City, and that's first Sam on Sports, mental health. So I feel like I have to talk about the Chiefs first. The Chiefs, so we'll start with that. Yesterday getting announced, the Chiefs will open against Denver. The full schedule comes out Thursday, but I want to talk about the Chiefs' schedule and what this game means against Denver. Obviously, it will be Bo Nix and expecting for Patrick Mahomes to make the start against the Broncos. This will be a very good one, you would think, and this would be one where the Chiefs would need to show that they're back. And this would be a great one to do it against Denver. Otherwise, they got 9 away games this year. Unfortunately for the Chiefs, you got to have one of those years with 17 games to have 9 away games and 8 home games, and that just happens to be one of the years. So the Chiefs want to take care of business on Monday night when they open against Denver. The Chiefs will open against September 14th, 2026. When they open up, so Monday night, September 14th is when the game is. 7:15 is a kickoff. It will be a big one for the Chiefs, especially, again, showing their back as the Chiefs. And people believing that they're putting the Chiefs on Monday night, and the Chiefs are got the advantage because of their home and that Patrick Mahomes is back is total BS. It's just the way the schedule is. The schedule officially comes out tomorrow night. It will be a big deal. It's the only sports I know that has a schedule release show in sports, that, at least between football, basketball, and baseball. Maybe they have it in soccer and some of the state, but because of some of the country. But it's all about football in the U.S. So I got told by my friend Malachi, football is just better than baseball. But okay, I won't argue with you. I mean, I do like football better, but anyways. Chiefs-Broncos, Monday night, September 14th, 2026. Now we move on to the Royals. The Royals lose a tight one last night after being up 2-0 after Salvador Perez homered in the first. Royals went down 5-2 in the middle innings, but came back to tie it. But in the bottom of the 8th, the White Sox would homer on a Derek Hill headed out to give the White Sox a lead 6-5, and they would win it 6-5 as they would hold on in the 9th. While it did lose in the game and it was a frustrating loss, it was not. Every game is frustrating, and it was no more frustrating than a 1-run loss. And it is what it is, and the Royals got to bounce back tonight when they play the White Sox. Seth Lugo will go on the mound for the Royals, who's a fly ball pitcher, so got to keep that ball in the ballpark, in a smaller ballpark or easier ballpark to hit home runs normally than Kauffman Stadium. I know that's changed since the fences have moved in this year. Seth Lugo will go for the Royals, and Noah Schultz will go for the White Sox. Schultz has an ERA of 4.68. Lugo has an ERA of 3.21. The Royals are the favorites tonight. First pitch, 6:40. Royals need to get it tonight. Royals are 19-23. Meanwhile, the White Sox are 20-21. The Cardinals win 6-4 and continue to prove that they are the better than I thought they would be. They go against the A's. Matthew Liberatore will go for the Cardinals, and JT Ginn will go for the A's. Game time, 8:40 tonight. There's a late one against the A's. The A's are the favorites in that one. Braves went over the Cubs yesterday, 5-2. The big inning became in the 4th when the Braves scored 4 to put them permanently ahead, and they would stay ahead as the Cubs have an opportunity to take one. I said they need to take one against the Braves, the best in the National League. Shoti Imagawa will get a shot for the Cubs, and J.R. Richie will get a shot for the Braves. Game time for Cubs and Braves is at 6:15 in Atlanta. And now we move on to the NBA. The NBA will play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Play Game 5. This could be a good one, as the Cavs could be upset by the Pistons. It would be a big upset by the Cavs. And if that would happen, they would go up 3-2 and give them a big advantage. But we'll see if that can happen. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, and Jalen Duran are players to watch out for. Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duran for the Pistons, and Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game time is at 7 from Detroit. NBA last night, the Spurs blew out the Timberwolves 126-97. Victor Wembanyama scored 26. He led all scorers in that one. In the NHL, Buffalo Sabres and Montreal Canadiens are even at 2 after the Sabres scored a goal with 15 minutes left in the third period last night and hold on 3-2. The other game was the same score, 3-2, as they won their game in overtime. Did the Golden Knights over the Ducks 3-2. The Golden Knights took that lead. The other game tonight, the Colorado Avalanche will play the Minnesota Wild. This series is 3-1 Colorado, so Colorado has a chance of taking it home tonight. Face-off is at 7. Players to watch out for the Colorado Avalanche: Nathan McKinney and Kale Marker. For the Wild, it's Carol Kozovi is a player to watch out for them. And that's the player to watch out for the Wild. Face-off is at 7. Now we move on to bipolar.
Bipolar disorder affects millions of people, but not everyone realizes that it comes in two distinct forms, Bipolar I and Bipolar II. Hello, I'm Dr. Gayatri Saraf, a psychiatrist at the Ottawa Hospital and a clinician investigator at the Ottawa Hospital Research Institute. In today's video, I'm going to cover the key differences between Bipolar I and Bipolar II, how these disorders impact daily life, and 2 common misconceptions about bipolar disorders. Bipolar disorder is a mental health condition characterized by extreme mood swings, ranging from emotional highs, known as mania or hypomania, to lows, known as depression. These mood swings can last for days, weeks, or even months, disrupting a person's ability to function. The primary difference between Bipolar I and II lies in the severity of manic episodes. In Bipolar I, individuals experience manic episodes marked by elevated energy levels, decreased need for sleep, and impulsive behaviors. These episodes can be so intense that hospitalization may be required. In contrast, Bipolar II involves hypomanic episodes, which are less severe than mania. People with hypomania still experience heightened energy and activity, but often without the extreme consequences of mania. However, Bipolar II is characterized by longer and more frequent depressive episodes, which can be particularly challenging. Both conditions involve significant mood changes, but the type and intensity of these episodes differ, affecting how these disorders manifest. Bipolar I and II affect daily life differently, but both can pose significant challenges in relationships, work, and overall stability. For those with Bipolar I, manic episodes can lead to impulsive decisions such as quitting a job or reckless spending, which can disrupt finances and strain relationships. These episodes are often preceded, followed by depressive phases, further affecting daily routines and stability. In Bipolar II disorder, the real challenge lies in the prolonged depressive phases that follow hypomanic episodes. These depressive periods can lead to fatigue, low motivation, and difficulty maintaining consistency in work, school, and personal interactions. Even between mood episodes, individuals with Bipolar I and II often experience residual symptoms like low energy, irritability, or difficulty concentrating, which continue to affect daily functioning. Cognitive challenges, including memory, attention, and decision-making issues, can also linger, making it difficult to stay focused at work or school, even when mood symptoms are under control. There are two common misconceptions about bipolar disorder that can lead to misunderstanding or delays in seeking treatment. Misconception number one: it is often believed that people with bipolar disorder, especially those with bipolar I, are constantly in manic states. In reality, individuals with bipolar disorder spend much more time in depressive episodes than in mania or hypomania. This misunderstanding can cause delays in recognizing the disorder and seeking treatment because people may not realize the significance of their depressive episodes. Misconception number two: people are completely stable between episodes. Many people continue to experience residual symptoms between their episodes, and these residual symptoms could be like low energy, irritability, or difficulty concentrating, even when they are not in a full manic, hypomanic, or depressive episode. These ongoing symptoms can still affect daily life and overall functioning. Understanding the differences between bipolar I and bipolar II is key to getting the right diagnosis, treatment, and support. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to check back for more expert health advice from the Ottawa Hospital. We'll see you in the next video.
Now we talk about what the difference between bipolar I and bipolar II is. Is somebody diagnosed with bipolar? I do think it's a myth to say, and I gotta get this out of the way just because it's on my mind, that people with bipolar are bad people. That's a myth. It's total false. I believe that I am a good person and I have bipolar, so there's just an example just right there. As someone who's diagnosed with bipolar disorder, it can sometimes be hard to understand what the difference between bipolar I and bipolar II. Today we are going to learn more about that together. It's because I don't really know the difference until writing this podcast out for you. A slightly controversial version is living with bipolar I. I realize that even people with diagnosed with it still wonder about what the difference is. The difference is that bipolar I has psychotic features, and bipolar II is somebody that struggles more with depression but can get by with day-to-day life as normally. Is there one that's more serious or not? I don't really like to use the word of one more serious and not. A person with bipolar, like me, has psychosis and psychotic symptoms. The high energy part for me is what runs in the difference of that. You can have feelings of happiness, extreme happiness, and behavior that can lead to harmful consequences or poor sleep. Bipolar II involves a major depressive disorder episode at least lasting 2 weeks. In a hypomanic episode, people with bipolar II disorder typically do not experience the manic episodes and, just like I said, may not have to go into the hospital like some people with bipolar I. People may go in and spend large amounts of money that is affected by bipolar, or buying things, or many things can be a factor of bipolar. An episode is not considered a manic episode if it is caused by an outside influence such as alcohol, drugs, or other health conditions. Hypomania. Hypomania is an episode that period mania lasts less than a manic episode. However, in a hypomanic episode, behavior still differ from usual state. The difference between will be extreme enough the people around you may notice, who are around you every day on an everyday basis may notice. Remember, this is bipolar II, so depressive symptoms. Someone may have bipolar disorder are these someone major depressive disorder, usually that files under bipolar II. They may extend periods of sadness, hopelessness. You may also experience loss of interest, people once you enjoy spending time with. Again, it's on a spectrum, so to put it in this category is kind of hard, but here's a graph of what shows kind of what the differences between bipolar I and bipolar II. I want to take you time so you guys can read that graph. It'll be about 20 seconds. So to summarize it, bipolar I has psychotic features, and so if you have psychosis, you probably have somewhat of bipolar I. Bipolar II is more sadness, and you may stay that way, but you also may be able to function on a daily life and be able to do the things that get you through life. So I guess if you want to boil it down, bipolar I, to me, maybe you can't do everything in everyday life. Bipolar II, you can still function in reality, but you may have hard times at times with depression and sadness. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health Day.